So I tried to do this live. I got a bit hasty about live for the first time, and I'm going to talk about populist politics. Right. So if you look, see what I'm doing up here. Let's look up here. So that's the viaduct up there. So if you're going up there, right? Just for something new, that's been built in. Is it 1906? I think 1906. And that was a railway viaduct, and a single railway line went through there. And obviously you got closed by Dr. Beeching's cuts, I think. And that can be opened as a footpath, and you can cycle over it and that. So I want to talk about very populism. I want to talk about very populism, because I had discussions and I'm bombarded with tweets, right, from everyone's favourite hashtag FPV, and we're talking about, and bloody hell, I've been saying that neoliberalism is a lie and populism is a lie, but populism, right, popular politics, mass politics, these things are a result of political ignorance. That's a good way to say it. Ignorance of the people in charge of, say, countries. It's merely a phenomenon in Western countries at the moment. And even people like the infamous, it was in the EU Supergirl, modeling something, or Kate or something like that. She recognised it, she liked the tweet on it about it. It's even people who hitting back about populist movements are recognising it. And it must be fucking something big. There we go. I'll look up there. Put the camera around for a bit. It must be. And then the idea is neoliberalism. Now I'll be talking about people neoliberalism problem. When fucking people are fucking down on the streets of this country, we're fucking, I mean, you must be fucking delusional. If people are fucking going to food banks, you're fucking delusional, and you're saying it's not a problem. You're fucking delusional. Fucking FPV maniacs. You're fucking living in clouds. There we go. Great architecture up there. I mean, you're fucking maniacs, man. Bloody hell. But you gotta understand this, right? To these people, to all you lot. Brexit wasn't, we don't lie to, it wasn't about, well, everyone lied to about that. It wasn't about people showing to Russia or listening to Farage, actually. It was about people being kind of ignored for years, decades. And people were just saying, small people, all the other people were saying that things were better off before we joined. Which we should think about that a little bit on what we had since the 1970s in this country. Of course, under Thatcher and under Blair. I think you need to look at these things carefully. You can't say it's not a problem, we must remain, it's not a problem. Because I'll tell you what, if you do get your own way, what's going to happen when these things continue? Which they obviously will. Yeah, you're asking for something a lot worse than Brexit to happen for yourself. You don't realise that. And there you go with that. I mean, you've got to understand this. Why things are not going your way? Why are you being shafted by everyone? How are you going to respond to that? You're obviously going to look at the candidates who are going to speak your tune. Quote unquote the populist kind. One is going to speak to the people and speak to their needs. And this is populism, right? I mean, and in Britain, it's Jeremy Corbyn. Of course, in some European countries, it's the alt right now. You've got Le Pen, you've got Wilders in the Netherlands and all that nonsense. We've got Podemos in Spain. I should talk about Spain situation because I don't know, my joy has been, and the confidence, but I think because of corruption now they've got the centre left Labour, well, Black Labour candidate, guy in, not Covenant, it's not Podemos, but I think it's a situation there. You've got to understand this. If you want to, well, but I don't know where you lost me on that. You know, what was I saying now? Yeah, austerity is a political choice. We choose it. We don't, you know, we're not forced by anyone when we're outside the EU. We won't be. But that's a lie. I think there's gonna be less money. And if there was, you gotta realise what is money, which is 90% it's money. There's numbers on the computer. Just work that out a minute. If we just put numbers on the computer, and what is money? And here's the thing, who taps into the computer? Fucking banks. Just, would you remember that next time? When you go on a bloody rant, saying you're gonna make us poor. Is it me making you poor? Or is it people in the banks basically? Work that out. The issue with the Tories, I can go on again. With the John Railwood, he told big businesses to take the money out of the country post Brexit. He was a Brexiteer. Now if he's saying that, that's fucking dodgy. Now this is why we can't touch Tories to Brexit. And if you're fucking right wing, they're using this on purpose to change, create more largely fair society. On the left, the potential is to create a more socialist society. I think there are two things you have to look at in terms of this. Think very carefully. Anyway, the message to them, that's the discussion fucking yesterday with them. That's one notifications for them. It's simple. You vote Tory, you get neoliberalism. Vote Labour, you get socialism. Work it out, fucking hell. These things are beyond Brexit, you fucking morons. But anyway, so let's continue to talk about populism for a bit. So I look around a bit in the fucking valley. But if you look at a bit, so I look around a bit in the fucking valley. But if you look at look at this graffiti, man. I'm gonna show you something actually. So it's been cleaned up actually. But anyway, look at these glorious graffiti. The squirt machine. Oh, you gotta listen to these. I see some more. Yeah. Village of Rock. Fucking hell. You gotta love some of these. Yeah. I mean, as populism goes, you've got to look. This is not a British phenomenon, right? I mean, something's happened recently that's completely changed the awareness of the population about key things. It's sort of the 2008 crash was a bit of a wake-up call for a lot of people. Then we have the internet where people can fucking interact with people across the world, share ideas in a way we can never before. If you think about that moment, all makes sense. No, look at who used to media. It's generally the people who are young who are supporting populist politics. No, in Britain it's generally people are left wing, but in places like France, Hungary, generally more right wing, which is interesting. But both are way against the current political consensus in the world. And there you go, might see the castle over there. And look, bloody hell, I need it back. And the corner over there as well, it's not as present, but we've got, as a society, we've got to look at these things very carefully. We have failed miserably to protect our own people, our interests. We have taken away our own rights, our own futures. I mean, the very people who got, let's do the tuition fee as a big example. The very young people who got it for free took it away from the young. I mean, you gotta look at this very carefully. Look at being staffing the household debt is at all-time high. Right? It's been increasing on something like 60% since like the financial crash. And then you watch them really see the brutal consequences of that. I mean, fucking basically state sanctioned burglars for bailiffs to people's belongings, and it's bloody hell. And this to think about our society very carefully with all that. It's a great worry if you don't change me, because the way it's going, it's not going to be very pleasant. You know, well, given there's some examples why we actually need some sort of populism, some sort of mass popular movement. Now, let's look the shady deal with the Tories there now. In I think it's Surrey, I think. So there was basically a bid for after some private companies, PFA contracts and NHS. Now, Virgin failed the bid, but they were still given by the local NHS 1.5 million to compensate them. Now, why the fuck are the NHS doing that? Why the fuck are they doing it? Fucking that part of the country is fucking Tory, but fucking hell, why the fuck are they doing that? I mean, there's bare things that's making the money. I mean, there's some new graffiti actually. Sorry, what the fuck is this? Oh my, spug. What? Oh, some weed there, but I don't know. If you look here, right, look carefully. Just KKK there. So yeah, so I was look out the window here. So that's the River Don down there. There's some woods over up here. So I'll probably go down there actually in about 5 minutes or so. Let's look at the other side for a bit. So here's the sort of the nature reserve there. Called what's that? Spotwood Falls or something like that. But anyway, so that's the nature reserve there, sort of it. And there you can see the River Don, woods of in the fucking quarry over there as well. Really nice one. Yeah, quite interesting. You can see the way down there. I mean, come on. Look, see there. Oh, look, there's a bird there. Is it a crow or a raven? I don't know. I think it's not now. It says it's a raven. It's not now. So there's always a lot of fucking weird graffiti. I'm getting off topic here, but there is. Anyway, I think as society we need to look at this. Look at what's happening. The backlash. Even if you fucking hate it, you're fucking a moron to ignore it. Look at what's going on very carefully. And ask yourself this. If this is happening, then what's that? Weird. If this is happening, there's something broken about society. Look at problems that be expressed very carefully. Even if you think they're fucking racist, look at them very carefully. If you think someone's going, oh, immigrants taking our jobs, well, there's a case to argue that, but I won't go into it. But I'll say this: if someone's complaining about someone taking their jobs, then there should be an issue of job satisfaction and availability of jobs. Work it out, man. But anyway, again, I was going to Trump. Now, Trump won by winning. But he didn't really win the proper vote, but he won the electoral college. But he got it by winning the key area. And what swung to Republicans. And that was fucking Pennsylvania. I'll talk about places like that. The Rust Belt. And I can't look in the British Rust Belt, essentially. But, which might explain why my constituency voted 72% to leave the EU. Right, let's get on to it. Those areas have seen a massive economic depression. They've seen a lot of poverty in those places. And a lot of migration out of those areas. And those areas voted Trump because Trump offered a new economic idea. Clinton was more scrappy. She's very much like Broken 2.0 with a bit of a bomb in it too. There, and George Bush's foreign policy. And people saw Trump saying America first and all that. And people were speaking the truth because they're being ignored. It's all been sold out, even though it's not Trump's not the right solution, of course. I saw it. I fucking saw it. Dude. You see around here now. I might see a bit of a cave up here. Right, shall I go up there or in the bottom up? But yeah. And that's the situation with that. This is a place where I'm fucking getting mosquitoes on. It's always like fucking muddy up here. Even if it's fucking boiling hot. It's been dry for weeks. Still fucking saturated. Just trying to someone walking their feet. There's lots of footprints. What the fuck? Well, saying, let's walk slowly up here. There's some interesting things to see, so I'll show you some interesting stuff. Might go the other way as well. But it's very interesting valley. This is for proper mountain bike. So when I actually go up, you have to be very careful because I don't have a proper mountain bike. See up here, cave. Yeah, so this is very interesting place. It's chill, but down here, you can see. It's very interesting stuff. So that rock is former sandstone, basically. Big George is actually called Maxwell Rock. Oh, I shall go to Georgia today. Oh, bloody hell. I want to talk about Popularism. Right, let's go in Popularism actually. Yeah. Oh, I finally got one viewer. So yeah, so I'm going to talk about Popularism. Let's go back on my point about the Americans. I mean, there are parts of America that have been ignored for years. And the ghost of American politics behind this. I mean, Republicans and Democrats are two faces of the same arse cheek. It's like how George Galloway says. But Trump was hated by most of the Republicans when he came in. And that was his appeal. He hated. So to Bernie Sanders' appeal. But of course he failed. To Clinton, the worst possible candidate, and the Democrats have failed. So there we go on that one. So anyway, I'll take you up here near the cave. Just a minute. But people just got to think about this very carefully. Because if you don't want this to happen, you fucking don't ignore people. Listen, you fucking act on it. And it fucking pisses me off when people deny it. That's why I'm doing this. Because of my conversation on Twitter last night. Okay, see it up there. There you go. Fucking all the feet on it though. So I'm not going in though. Probably get molested or something. Anyway, so we've just got to be sensible in the future. Yeah. So what's the future in Britain? Let's talk about this, about populists. It's going to get more intense. That's what I'm saying. Look at people who are actually populists, who are supporting populist movement, Cough Corbyn, And Brexit, yes, Brexit as well, to an extent. Even though that's also got a bit of a considered black, social considered backlash with that added on. But people are tired of the status quo. It's simple. We stay the same, you're going to get worse. If you change, who knows? Might get something different. Oh, James Fielding. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I got like 5 of these other jackets at home as well. And what I was going to say now. So, people have to be very careful about how to approach the future as well. Because we've seen yes, populism is on the rise. And that's because, as I said, people are being ignored by virtually everyone in politics. It's unfortunate because hi worky players. It's sad basically. When we get to lunatics like Trump about why am I heading down this direction? I fucking know that's there. I know I'm not going down that on the bike. Anyway, I got going round. And bloody hell. As a society, we have to look out for the unfortunate, right? Well, yes, the appeal to non-voters, and that's the massive support. I mean, if you look at American politics, but basically the turnouts on there are being in decline for quite a while. And maybe another reason why Trump got so much appeal is because he had another narrative about everything. And it was about the narrative. And when he talked about building a wall and immigrants, people, it was an issue for years. And he jumped to that narrative too, which helped him get his support. Anyway, and I have to be careful for going down here. I went the wrong path when I get distracted. Oh, what am I fucking doing? Right. If I fall, I fall. Fucking hell. Let's Oh. Bloody hell, what have I done? Oh fuck, this is why I got distracted. Right. Yeah, I should just go back up. Maybe. You know what? Let's this will do it. Fucking hell. What have I done? Oh, there we go. Let's drag it back down. Fuck! I did fall, I did slip. Fuck. Oh, fucking hell. This is a shit show now. Right. That's over. Thank fuck. Thank fuck that's over. I mean, don't walk down cliffs. Anyway, I've survived. Yeah, it's going on. So, so I'll take you round the bottom of the viaduct, and then I'll probably end it. But some more pressing issues we can talk about, and that's not so much Italy. Now, when you have a populist movement, and when it gets ignored, and when it got the people that populist movement are targeting, that the problem with, let's say, what's his name now? The German MP said that the Troika should move in and basically tell the Italians what to do. And of course, the Italian president tried to impose a banker on the post-coalition. Now, when this happens, you're basically proving the people you're against right. So this is why, when there's another election in Italy, which is inevitable now, you're going to get a bigger mandate for 5-star and the Northern League. You're going to get it now, and when you do, it's on their fault. You know, and people are speculating that would be like a referendum on the euro, right? Which is basically, yeah, it'd be exactly that. Bloody hell. Yeah. I know we ride down here, so like walking it through logs, so I'm having trouble because it's a bit different. Last time I came here, the soil looks like it's been taken up a bit, probably by the weather. It's a lot more saturated, a lot more. It doesn't get soggy, it gets slippery because it's so like full clay, not exactly proper soil, as you think it is. Yeah, it feels like, actually looks like someone's been digging it up. But anyway, I'll stop getting onto that. So Italy is going to be another example where populism is going to rise. Another example is in France. There's massive left-wing trade unionist protests against the European Union there. And that's from the French socialists. Not the Socialist Party, because they're not socialists, but French socialists. And that's another fucking instance. Anyway, I can't remember when to get down this hill. Then we're fine. No more like, slipping down steep hills or anything. I know I'm alright, but it's a lot worse today, like I said. Anyway. Right, it'll be alright now. Anyway, let's get back to the viaduct. So I'll start on a conclusion actually, because I'm waffling on a bit. Populism is a response to a political consensus that ignored the population at large. People have been not only ignored, but neglected and shafted by the forces of the establishment. People responding to that by going to populist parties, whether that's a party or not. Well, I do, if it's left wing and Corbyn. And that's the response. You cannot ignore it. If you act in denial, you're making your problem worse. And that's my advice to fucking the FPV people that I spoke to last night. You're making the issue a lot worse. So, what I'll say is listen to people's issues, actually, and act upon them, and actually look at yourself in the mirror about the abhorrent suffering of the people on this planet. I mean, this is why people are fucking so batshit crazy, right? Because the fucking people who rule this planet are fucking maniacs. And yeah, I'm echoing like mad now because I'm going over here. Right? So about 3 million children starve a year, and you know how much costs? Cost to actually. What the fuck is that? Someone disturbed off the fucking the birds. Hope it's not me. Yeah, you know how much the UN said it would cost a year to solve world hunger? 30 million. That's from the UN about 8 years ago, so 30 million a year. And what also the UN said, no, so that's less that we're giving to the EU in a divorce bill. So the idea we can't actually change things. Not just but domestically. Like in that example with starvation. It's not just domestic issues. It's actually very possible in our current system to actually address a lot of these issues. And that's the lie I've been told. I mean, in total, all the nations that were involved in Iraq, you know how much the Iraq war cost in total? $2 trillion. Right? 2 fucking trillion. You tell me, like the world can't fucking come together and solve our fucking issues. You're fucking living in Iraq. I gotta have a look at the comments actually. Wait a minute. Hello, Brother Vista and Angels. Well, it could be less than 30 million. It could be, but the UN estimated it was 30 million a year. That's what they estimated. And if it fucking is that, what fucking planet are we living on? You know, we're fucking giving less than the fucking. Oh, bloody hell. We're giving more money to the EU. Let's put it that way. So, and this is a massive failure about our society. That's why we're so fucking batshit crazy. I mean, this is why we have populism, right? Because we're ruled by laissez-faire tossers. Right, let's keep going. I can keep going on about this actually for a bit longer. Actually, I might go down south of the river in a minute. I don't want to get too close to the dirt bike track. I don't think anyone's on there, but we'll be here. It's another issue with this one is that with foreign wars. Now, if we wanted to, we can call a conference here and say, right, let's solve this issue. Let's come together and solve this issue. Right? I mean, I can even do it back actually. We can get together and solve. The big one is it's actually Palestine actually and Israel. The idea. I mean, if somebody can get them around a table and say, this is our concern, this is ours, and let's come together and say, what we both want is actually peace, and how we can achieve it is by, I don't know, a Northern Ireland style agreement, Northern Ireland style one, and it's possible, and I can go further on. I mean, what is the government like? If you go late to a job seeker, if you're late to your job centre, you get sanctions, you get your money taken away. Called the sanctions regime. Now, there's another instance. Now, if we build a society where you're required to have money to trade, to survive, to have a shelter over your head, you take that away. Now, not only are you going to feel people are going to feel disenfranchised, what also you're going to do is fucking cause much more anger. Now, this is the thing where our institutions are actually caught. It's like I'm saying, anything about institutions are causing your populism that people are so hateful of. Like I said, the people who run our fucking society are fucking evil, and I'm not withdrawing that statement. If we're allowing this to happen, you're fucking evil, and I'm sorry. I mean, you don't know what's going on. It's fucking delusional. I mean, I now step down and call fucking choosing me evil herself. She's fucking throwing bombs to the Saudis. You know, they're brilliant, aren't they? I mean, this is the thing. We have like dodgy Western policies that I'm gonna keep checking the side chat actually. It's not right. You just experience angry retards. It's not necessarily a kid. The carbon movement, it's a populist movement. Now, when I grew up around people with fucking no money, who have to we have to go to food banks who basically never been on holiday and never been abroad or never actually had any good quality food or anything like that. Those people who never been actually had any meaningful economic opportunities, and you're surrounded by them, right, all your life. And when you grew up yourself, you had times when you couldn't even, your family couldn't even afford electricity, right? So, and that top up. And sometimes you have to not put anything on. When you grow up in a situation like that, and then you look, right, if you look at all the wealth that exists, all the money, you're going to be a bit angry here. I mean, there's obviously, I mean, the Tommy Robertson thing, there's some idiots in that movement, even though it's concerns. No, it's not retarded. I mean, they put fucking, to a bloody consensus that's hurting your cells. You're going to hit back at that at one point or another. You know, it keeps right back. That's what's happening. I mean, it takes many forms. Yes, as I said before, we have fucking Le Pen in France. Even Le Pen. Look, you can cut it off, make as much as you want, but there's legitimate concerns, and if you don't address it, you don't fucking solve it, you're making the problem work for yourself. And I fucking know that. Because I know people who've got the chance to, right? They're fucking be starting revolutions. I mean, alright, I might be talking about my dad's friends here, which they're all Trotskyites, but you have to understand that if you don't understand why people are fucking angry, why people want to tear the heads off of the people in charge, you're gonna make the problem worse for yourself. And history will repeat itself. Right. I talked about bringing populism earlier. Yes, it's a symptom of it. No, yes, there's borders, there's Le Pen. But why people support them? Because they see it a way to vent their anger. And is the left-wing option? Well, in fucking France, the centre-left party, the Socialist Party, are basically the Blair Party in France. So, fuck me, France is Hollande, right? It's not fucking socialist. I mean, well, I'm not saying Le Pen's not a freak here, but I'm saying Le Pen did have some populist policies. Yes, lessons need to be lessons need to be fucking learned. Oh, we can look at Germany, right? We look at Germany and how Nazis got in power. Populist movements are everywhere in Germany, right? Hitler was appointed by Hindenburg. The reason we appointed by Hindenburg, because Hindenburg was fucking frightened of the communists getting power. There's only been about 3 attempts at communist revolutions. One was actually successful for a short period of time. The Spartakists, right, during the German Revolution after German surrender. So basically, what happened with that? The communists got 1/3 of the vote. They got the 1/3, right? Berlin was fully communist. Places like Berlin, right? Hindenburg was shitting himself, so he put on Hitler because they thought Nazis were the best at keeping them out. Anyway, let's avoid this. Right? And that's the bottom line. We need to learn from history. Ignoring movements will not get you anywhere. It'll make the situation worse for yourselves. This is why I predicted populism is going to rise staggeringly. Right. It's not growing away. It's going to increase. I'm not sure about the right-wing populism. I think that's may have reached its peak actually, but I think we're going to see more of the left in Europe, and particularly Europe, and that's the issue. And that's the bottom line. Because people, let's say the establishment are very reactionary to any form of meaningful change. Right. Don't buy choose to people. Well, that's basically on the context here. I mean, people can be idiots. But I'll just say this now. People are living in reality. They're seeing what's going on around them. And I rather trust the people who are being shafted. Put you down a minute. Or trust the people being shafted than the people at the top. Alright? I mean, I know people can be idiots. I know people are ignorant. I know we see that by certain movements. I think diversity. I'm not sure if it will do that. I think the most problems with the culture that people have is religious. It's religious tensions actually. It's not cultural diversity. I think people have to be. I think it won't lead to balkanisation. I think what will lead to balkanisation actually is I'm gonna say populism. Fuck it. Right, populism gonna lead to balkanisation. Well, look, diversity. What is normal in Britain? Yeah, in parts, yeah. Even this area is a bit of an ethno-state. Right, I'm walking down a steep hill again, so I hope I don't. Nearly, I nearly fell that last time. But anyway. Right. The thing with the multiculturalism is it does obviously enrich the nation, but the main problem that people have is that I think a lot of the rise of the alt-right is that British traditions and culture has been ignored, and that's what basically saying, which is very interesting. That's be. I'll probably go one round path again and instruct it, because it's steeper. It's steeper than usual. Here we go. I think I've actually. So we have to look at these. Look at very carefully. What the alt-right talk about is diversity. Within down their cultural values, which is right. Take this back a bit. They've got some concern lack of knowledge about British history, but I would say there's actually not much of a problem, as I say. what leads to culture disappearing? I want to disappear. I see a mix of cultures basically. They will mix cultures and dilute them. That I wouldn't say cultures disappear. I mean, the eyes appear. Truth. I seriously doubt it. What I'll say is culture is always fluid and changing, and I don't think everyone has a clue what society will be like in 80 years. I mean, we could have luxurious space communism, as far as we know it. Anyway, I think I've gone down on the one path here. I'm just trying to work out now. Alright, I'm not going to try going down there. It was the next path down. I'm getting distracted. Wait, who was talking about that now? Was it old school anarchist with Captain Swiss? I think. Talking about that prospect. Very interesting. So, I think we're waffling on a bit here. So, I'm by the river, and then I'll end it. So, if you've got any more questions, you can ask them if you want. Right. Oh, and thanks. If you think that, if you think of some cute, very well. I've been quite lucky today actually, because there's no one fucking here. There's always all the dirt bikers. Because down there, right, there's a massive dirt bike track at Old Corrie area. But if you see it, I don't usually come down here. It's fucking brutal. This is all fucking hardcore mountain bikers. This is what all this is for. This is the right path, I think. What the hell? Fucking twig. What? Yeah, so I don't usually come down here because I don't have the best of the best of the mountain bike. Or probably back a leg or something. There's a way down here, but I'm trying to remember now. This is another somewhere around here. There's a steady way down there. I was trying to remember where it is. Right. No, is there any questions about populism? Well, if you use the diversity all life, you'd be surrounded with us blackers here. It'd probably be less likely to be a racist, yes. But this part of the country, right, it's not racist. You understand this? It's not. And that's the philosophy that I'm relying on. This is one of the biggest places in the country that votes for Brexit. But at the same time, not many racists here. When we moved into the house we're at, everyone's welcome. Well, extremely welcoming. I haven't seen a racist instance around here. I haven't. So, I'm going to argue that I don't think that's the case. As like I mentioned earlier about Rust Belts, this part of the country, right? Well, I don't know, right? I've been to that once or twice, but what I say is this. This is like, this part of the country is like the Rust Belts in America. The Rust Belts in America swang. That is a populist. I seriously doubt that one. It's just the right path down. Maybe. I fucking can't remember. To them down here. Easier. Easy to do this. Go down here. But what I'll say about everything, all of this. What I'll say about this area is that people are not racist, even though they voted for Brexit. And that's the myth you're relying on. You know, the racists are a minority of idiots, and you rarely encounter them. If you do, they're the ones who don't say a word to you. Right? Right. Let's think of a way now to get down here. Sorry. Yeah, I'm speaking very quickly, I'm sorry. I'm a little, a little out of breath, actually. Yeah. Right. It's not this. I'm trying to remember now how to get down here. I can't remember. This is going well now. I was trying to remember how I got down there. A few months ago. But it's quite nice down there. That's why I wanted to finish this. Anyway. Walk back down here a bit. For a bit. See if you can find a way to get down. It's meant to be a good path. Yeah. Oh look, you're not going to die from exhaustion now. I mean, if you know what something I get up to now. Oh, here it is. Thank fuck. So I get up to the cycle about 30 miles, and then I go to uni or something, and and then I was forced to sleep about 5 o'clock in the morning after go cycling for about 20 miles and go to uni. I mean, nah, you'd be alright at the end of it. Fucking hell. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that's not it. Fucking hell. But, you know, buddy, what? I think I'm gonna, right. How am I gonna do this now? Yeah, I've been down here before. I think it's down here. Right. I know it going down, it's very steady now. Right. Tell me what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a bat down and go down without it. Bloody hell. Fuck it. Right. I'm tired of... I found out the way back. Right. Fucking hell. Right. It's fine. Oh, bloody hell. So this is going completely well. Fuck. Right. Done it. Fat fuck. The path. That was all about. It does. Thank fuck I found it. I mean, it's a bit different because I've been down here for 3 months. But I just can't be arsed with for a biscuit. Right. Finally, we're down this place I wanted to go. Alright. Right. So this has been a bit more improv than I normally do it. As you can see out of all the fails that I do. Trying to get to a few good shot around here. It's a bit further down. See there? It's a bit further down, but when I sit down down here, I'll probably end it. I feel like some question. If anyone's got any questions about populism or how oh fuck me. Fuck. This is like a thriller. I mean, fucking hell. Right, I'm gonna fuck me, this area is fucking fucked. Right. Yeah, Jeremy Corbyn will it's going to win with a populist agenda. It's going to put him at the end of the day. It's a matter of when, not if. I mean, the timing of it's going to be vital to see if Labour are going to have to rely on reporters to get in. But I'm certain if a proper campaign gets on, and it's post-Brexit, I think they can win a majority. Easily. I'm not walking down that horse gym anyway. You can see the river and you can see the railway line, but I think I'm not going to bother now. I'm not going through that. I've already slid down a fucking hill, slope. I'm not doing that. Not going through there. People will vote Labour because it's Labour, yes, but here's the thing: Corbyn has something else. He has charm. When you get him out and about on the campaign scene, he turns alive. It's fucking. You see the videos of him last election, just singing to people, chatting to people, may going to businesses and sounding robotic. The populist benefit from an anti-white agenda. Fuck off. Oh, there's a massive kind of worms there. I'm gonna say no. I don't think so to do anti-white agenda. No, I think there's things that aren't right about concerns about white genocide. I fucking hate to say it, but there's concerns from them. But at the end of the day, that's not the case. At all. Because there were concerns about what is it now? About was it Labour being meeting where the banned black white people going there, and there's concerns. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. That benefit from an anti-white agenda. Let's put it back down here. I don't think. No, I don't think that's the case. Is there an anti-white agenda? Does some people have it? I'm going to have reluctantly say yes. Reluctantly. I think there's some people that maybe have some in for white people. And trust me, they do. Right, about the Conservative mistakes, it was help Labour. But people did vote Tory regardless, and fucking, I mean, he is itchy, but the bottom line is that after all that's gone on, right? After all that's going on in Toy Party, look at the potential leaders, right? Yes, nothing has changed. And look at the potential leaders. They're all awful. They're terrible. You know, you want Prime Minister Gove or something like that. I think the Tories would pull out a rabbit out of the hat or something. Like how the Tories that became like they're better for women and basically say we have two women prime ministers. They put something out of the hat saying we're a black prime minister. This is what I see the Tories trying to pull off. You need or LGBT crop. So of course you heard about the Davidson Gove thought. Well, of course it gives you nightmares. And the status quo gives you nightmares. The fact that people haven't learned lessons gives you fucking nightmares. And like I talked about earlier about FPPE and populism, they certainly haven't learned lessons. So, yeah. The big question is getting back home later. Well, oh, there's lots of local ethno cities and villages in South Africa. It's still like that. I mean, there's been a big controversy with the white farmers. Lots of the white farmers being persecuted against and forced to migrate to South Africa. I've heard about that as well, and that's why fucking Katie Hopkins went to what a city. Well, London's basically a city state as it is. You know, you have the London Assembly, you have your own mayor, you have your own devolution state in London called the City of London. So you have it. I mean, what a city state, fuck off, and we'll make it put the wall around London. What it did? Build the wall around London and make London pay for it. I mean, it's going to be huge, right? I mean, London's been drugs, there's been crime. You know, we see the crime figures lately in Sadiq Khan's London, the rapists. Let's build a wall. Is it popular with the economy? It kind of is, and it kind of is, but even London, that is also shattering the economy, right? The money that goes through there is more than our GDP. It's trillions, right? They go from London each day, through the city of London and the big banks. It's trillions. Just think about that carefully. That's it. There's both there, like you don't actually realise that exists. And then when you go to say, what's the population in London now? Thai hamlets, Croydon, maybe. I don't fucking know, but there's I know there's a lot of poverty in there. So look, think carefully about, is it better for us, but there's also, there's this shattering population at the same time, with these economic forces. Well, I'm talking about the city of London itself, but yeah, basically, whoa, nothing's changed for the Tories, at least. Right, it's kind of still big, it's still larger than in New York, actually. It's still a big family sector in London, what's bigger than New York as it is. Wall Street is actually smaller. Yes, the financial centre was located in places like Venice and Genoa in the Middle Ages. And also, I'm not sure, was it Antwerp? Not Amsterdam, actually. I'm certain it's Antwerp. That lot of banking, not actually Amsterdam, during the Renaissance as well. Is that working fucking Netherlands? So it's either Netherlands or Belgium. I think Asia's one there. I actually don't know that one. One of them two countries. But yeah, it does. Yeah, it's the most influential financial sector. Wall Street is massive still. And that's a lie. People on the city of London's not going to move anywhere post Brexit. Right, they're not. I mean, a couple of companies might move, but most of it's going to remain there. Because what they have there is the Corporation of London privileged status. The corporation is basically autonomous organisation. Now, if the Queen wants to go to London, she asks the corporation for permission. I mean, that's to suggest the power they have. I talk about it on my stream about the banking sector. Well, I didn't go into much detail. I probably won't go here because I'm fucking middle of nowhere. But, yeah. Also, I've been doing this for an hour now, which is surprising. I mean, after this, I have to go get home and fucking work on my CV basically, and think about what I'm going to do after university, and get results at the time now as well. It'll be very interesting. Anyway, so there's more questions, but I'll probably end it in a bit. As for banking, you can. I mean, there's another secret about banking you don't realise. It's basically very, very automated now. It's very basically compute servers, massive servers that are 90% of money in circulation is cashless, right? Now it's 2% money. I mean, there's not enough actual physical cash to back the actual money up. Ellen who left, I'll probably end this very shortly, but some tosser put a glove on the floor. Anyway, yes, it is by a millisecond. It's insane. And this is why I met the argument that we live in a tyrannical banking system. And I don't say that very loudly. If we can put what is the value of money and what's the point of money? If we value that, right? If we say somehow create a server, like somehow creates money, right? Somehow can hack into banks and put it in, like what they do. We'll be criminals, right? We'll get them for fraud. We talk about this issue, right? The more actually people involved in it were quite not well off, but the millionaires from basically the same reason. Like the banks are big comrade millionaires basically, for the same reason. And now we've got all the mining crews starting to die out now. Which is good when I'm looking to buy a new PC soon. Yeah. Look, it's all good, man. I mean, it is. I mean, they're in the financial crash, and they're in the Great Depression, actually. And even though Great Daddy Vince says this. I talk about populism, falling down slopes, the financial sector, a bit about Corbyn, populism, Wilders, what else covered? At the start I talked about the local railway viaduct and the history about that. But I think there are no views at that time, so you have to go back and see that one. So, I mean, it's very hard to think of solutions to this system to reform it. John Rawls talked about printing money and deficits a bit on his book. That's quite interesting, but I also think that for the time being, we actually can rig the system, and this is what they proposed, right? They proposed something called quantitative easing, but give it not to the commercial banks like we already do, but give it to invest in the country. Tap it one for Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland. And that was proposed by Labour. I mean, Corbyn is getting to that subject, but not very much. But it's not very massive for Labour's agenda at the moment. Actually, explosions going off after them. Yeah. I mean, after the crash, a lot of the firms, the value of the firms, a lot of the businesses that went down with it, right? They were bought out for cheap, right? So some companies, actually no, right? Was it RBS maybe? Were bought by, was basically bought out by the British state and bought by a pound or something like that. I mean, look at this price like that, but of course, the depth of the films is attached. Just so you know. And so they bought out these companies for cheap, and then there's a point for them. And this is what happened after the Great Depression, and it's happened in 2008. Well, yes. I'm not a big fan of fiat currencies. But if you have them, they should be more accountable. There should be more transparency. What's happening? I think there should be more transparency in the Bank of England. And it shouldn't actually be it should not be independent. But the people in charge of it, Mark Carney, should be democratically elected in a mandate to manage it. If you're going to have a central bank, Marx actually said a central bank is a good idea. For a socialist government. If Marx talked about it, you can think about that carefully. What VT is a flat rate tax, and what all people propose that we abolish VAT actually, and use the money that we made from tariffs to pay for abolishing VAT. And that's what's the idea endorsed by John Mills, which is a very reasonable proposition. Anyway, I'm like walking around here for ages, so I'm going to try to get a shot of the river, because I said I will. It's quite nice actually, but let's see. I forgot about this path, but I recognise this now. Oh, come on. Right. I think you know where I'm going. And the big issue we have to talk about banking is how we're going to form it. Right. Yeah, I've heard of Bill Still actually. I know a little bit about it. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's the river. Right. That's the River Don, which wasn't that flows into the Humber, I think. which Doncaster is named after, of course, but yeah. So first we need is more transparency, like I said. The second thing is actually we need to exploit the system to our own gain, which I propose for an actual investment market is a good start. We also need to what we need to do is cut out the minimum, the commercial banks from this. Right. You've got to understand this. There's a reason that there's more. You see the viaduct up there again. There's reasons that there's more debt than money in the world. Right, the charge. Right. What gets charged is something called interest. After the commercial banks get the money from the at very like 1.1% interest. Something ridiculous though. That get it from the Bank of England. Now they basically turn around and say, right, we're going to give out loans and put interest in it. Now, interest is the assumption that money exists when it doesn't, and this is why it's a scam. Like, it's quite simple, because the assumption that this money exists is basically bollocks. Because at the end of the day, what happens is that the average person loses out. There's a wheelbarrow up there. I mean, if you're assuming that money exists when it doesn't, there's obviously some sort of scam. There's obviously someone's going to lose out. There's obviously someone out there that's going to fucking lose their house. And it's going to accelerate. And people are going to, the building's going to come to the house, take everything there, and say off. So, it's nice mushrooms there as well. I mean, this should be fucking obvious about the system. I mean, well, the mainstream parties don't address the issue. Communism, there's actually an interview by Richie Allen to Piers Corbyn that Piers Corbyn actually told him that Corbyn actually is more radical than that meets the eye when it comes to the banking system. He actually told him that Corbyn thinks it's all a scam and he wants to basically fucking abolish the banking system if he could. Now, I also mentioned that. So, even though Corbyn is not very vocal about this issue, I'm certain that Corbyn is against all this, and I think he will try and change things. I'm not, and this is why I support him. Maybe you could rant about Corbyn is obviously some sort of Russian shill. Maybe he's going to run on the pound, but at the end of the day, people on the establishment are going to rig it against him when he gets in. The running pound could be, the value of the pound could be manipulated. Well, easily basically, by bets on the pound, trading in pound in the markets. I mean, after Brexit. We can actually run it for our hands. This is what Mark talked about central banks and how if the people control it, it actually can run for the good. This is something that I actually endorse. I mean, because I do advocate as an evolutionary socialist. I do think we should try to transition to these things, at least, and not go to a massive change all of a sudden. We should make a system that's fair. And I can go into this. There's a reason that Margaret Thatcher wanted to encourage private housing ownership. There's a reason behind that, and it's to basically give money to the banks, and that's what mortgage is. You get you get a mortgage, you own a house, fine, but it's a massive loan, right? And if you don't pay it, you get all taken away from you, and the people who profit from it is the banks, because when they give it a mortgage, they basically create money out of thin air to give you as a loan. That's literally what they do. And this is why there was a big crash in America, which caused the 2008 crash. So we're being told a lie about mortgages and private ownership of houses. I mean, right, if you own a house, right, after you die, what that money you put into, where does it go? Right, it could go to your children. Alright, fair enough, but the point is, it's actually meaningless, private property. And I've already made that argument because it's something that's not a very popular opinion. It's right. I'll talk about that issue another day. I won't talk about it here. Yes. Well, yeah. Most countries never encourage. Ireland's still paying it back. Greece is. Most countries haven't. So check my battery now. Right. The battery's at 36%. Right. I can't breathe for much longer. I mean, yeah. I mean, the growth in the in the EU countries, most of the countries are being very low. Yes, I'll blame the Eurozone. A currency without fiscal policy. Right, I feel I lost my connection there. So, looks like everyone's gone. Yeah.